done, that there will be, and there is definitely, room for us to receive important and responsible players like the Turkish companies. The market is open for them. It's a matter of going there, meeting the possible counterparts, facing the tenders, putting their bids, and hopefully winning them.
I see. So there are opportunities for both Brazilians and Turks in the Turkish market and the Brazilian market?
I think so. Here, you know, Petrobras is very happy with its presence here. It's been here for now over 5 years. There is one of the major Brazilian consortiums, Votorantim Camargo, controls one of the world's largest cement plants, which is producers, which is Simpor, basically from Portugal, but whose control nowadays is totally Brazilian. They have a very large plant here in Turkey, and the group is very satisfied with the results and considering investing more, you know, through the acquisition of possibly a couple of other major cement plants here. There is also in the mining sector, especially in the nickel and chrome area, which are more sophisticated minerals and more difficult to explore. Brazilian giant Vale Rio Doce, known as Vale in the international markets, is in negotiations for a couple of licenses from the Turkish government. So there are lots of opportunities, and there are other major players at, let us say, mid-size level companies, investments in the, how can I say this, frigorific chambers and lots of other industrial, metallurgical sectors in this country by Brazilian companies.
That sounds great. In addition to economic cooperation, it seems that Turkey and Brazil is cooperating or having a kind of agreement on political matters as well. Last year, Turkey and Brazil agreed on signing a contract to help Iran on her nuclear energy program. What's your government's stance, or can you tell us the story behind this contract?
Well, this is, both Brazil and Turkey were, throughout 2010, members of the Security Council of the United Nations, where the issue of the Iranian nuclear program, and more specifically the issue of the Tehran nuclear reactor, was raised. Once there had been a stalemate in the negotiations that country was conducting with the International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna, which is the proper international organization to deal with these matters. The matter became then, due to the stalemate in Vienna, more than technical, rather political issue. And Brazil and Turkey, for more obvious reasons. I mean, Turkey shares a long border with Iran. Turkey buys energy from Iran. And as a major power in this region, has every interest to achieve and to maintain stability, avoiding potential areas of conflict, not involving Turkey directly, but if you are in your neighborhood, if you are in your geographical circumstance, if there is an increase in tensions for whatever other reasons with other countries in your vicinity, it will directly or indirectly at least affect you. So Turkey really had a direct interest in trying to work for a peaceful solution, and to a solution that would be attend the interests of all the parties concerned. Brazil has traditionally and has always had a very global, let's say, play in its diplomacy. And the Iranian case was a case in which, let's say, international security could be led to, you know, a tension case, and we had every reason, and to, especially being at the Security Council after the United Nations, to work towards a formula that would preempt tensions. And that's why, naturally, we started to work together on that. Obviously, there was a request. The president of Iran, Mr. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, had visited Brazil in late 2009 and asked the Brazilian government if they could help in, you know, negotiating some sort of, with them, some sort of solution, to which we acceded, and we're very happy to then find Turkey as a major player in that process. And the negotiations were carried during the first months of 2010 under the conduction of Foreign Minister Ahmed Davutoglu, with a lot of competence and with a lot of sense of responsibility, and with an enormous stamina for action and for going and seeing one of the players and talking to the others. It was quite an exercise, it's quite a choreography, let's say, because it involved negotiations with a large number of nations. We ended up managing to bring Iran back to the negotiating table, if you want, in a less diplomatic remark. The two countries managed to bring Iran closer to a reasonable stance the moment that a country that had refused to proceed with the negotiations in the Atomic Energy Agency expressed in a written form through the Tehran Declaration, signed in May 2010, its will to return to negotiate with the P5+1, which is the 5 permanent members of the Security Council, plus Germany. The whole issue of the enrichment of the Tehran nuclear reactor. We came to that, to a good result, I mean, through the signature of the Tehran Declaration in May 17 last year. But other countries, other nations sitting at the Security Council prefer to adopt a more radical resolution, and voted a resolution in the beginning, around June 9th, I think, applying sanctions, and very strong and comprehensive sanctions, against the Iranian government if they would not comply with what the International Atomic Energy had put forward for them. What happens is I think we achieved our means and our ends through bringing the Iranians back to the negotiating table. What came later, you know, life is made of developments. You look outside now, there may be clouds eventually to be sunny in an hour time. So it's always a changing scenario. But what the two countries decided to do, they have achieved. And I think that was an excellent exercise in diplomacy, in patience, and in the pursuit of the reduction of tensions caused by the impasse that reigned and that was, defining the whole situation.
Your Excellency, Turkey's efforts of bringing Iran back to the negotiation table together with Brazil was interpreted by some foreign observers as a kind of shift of axis in Turkey's foreign policy from the West towards the East or Middle East. From Brazil, how do you perceive Turkey, as a Middle Eastern country or a European country? And what do you think about Turkey's strong aspirations of becoming a member of European Union?
It's a question with so many, so many aspects to. But let's go to the first part of your question. No, Brazil sees Turkey as we see it, your nation, this nation, in the map. Turkey is a European country. We are here in Europe's soil. Turkey is a Middle Eastern country as well. Country has projections of its economic power, of its cultural power, of its, as Foreign Minister Davutoglu used the expressions, of its soft power over a large region, large parts of the world. I would say on the Balkans, in the Mediterranean, this Eastern Mediterranean, in North Africa, in the former, or what is known, the former Soviet republics with the Turkish, let's say, past, like the Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, all these nations, and in the Caucasus as well. I mean, Turkey has, and the Ottoman Empire, I think, for 600 years, has represented very well how a power, how a nation that has a sort of irradiation of its influence through its own geographical circumstance, that its neighborhood was not limited to the immediate borderlines, but to very faraway territories and lands. And this, I think, that makes Turkey not only a regional power, an important, major nation, but it does make Turkey, nowadays, very clearly, without hesitating, an emerging power in global affairs as well. And the behavior of its diplomacy has been outstanding in the past few years. Since I'm here, I had the privilege of having two very bright foreign ministers, Mr. Ali Babacan, and now, since 2009, Professor Ahmet Davutoglu. And they have pressed on the foreign minister, on the Turkish foreign diplomacy, a line that is extremely coherent and that shows the universality of interests that this country possesses through basically the